In this video tutorial we will discuss how to make this beautiful background netting. This is an antique piece and it's found only in the form of a picture in the Encyclopedia of Needlework, and there's no written instructions for this background netting. So I made a piece and we will talk about how to make this one. First of all, I started my background netting with the double chain, and I'll show you how to make double chain. And then we have few things that are very unusual. We never did in our video tutorials, we never discussed the drooping picots that is under the chain, right here. We know how to make just regular picot, but we never made drooping picot. Also, I will show you how to make leaf on the chain in this background netting. And there are two places that I want to point out that could be different for different individuals. For example, turning chain. I have it 10, but it could be 12. It is all depending on your tension with which you crochet. So if you see that 12 will be too much, drop to 10 stitches for your turning chain. And another place is right here, the long stitch. I managed to make a stitch with 10 yarn overs, but for some of you it will probably also will not work. It will be too long and you don't want your stitch kind of like, you know, be like that on the side. So you want it straight. When you, of course, I steamed my work, but still, if you will make a mistake, it will not be straight stitch as I have it here. So for some of you, you probably will need to readjust it, and if you see it's too long, try with long stitch of 8 stitches or 9 stitch. I'm sorry, not stitches, but yarn overs. So make 9 or 8 yarn over stitch yarn overs for your long stitch. Probably for some of you will be 7, but I will not recommend to go with 7 because basically this number of 10 yarn overs is replacing your stitches. So if I have 10 stitches here for the chain, this is how tall will be the stitch here, the long stitch. But I would assume that 9 or 8 will work too. Again, it is all depends on the way you crochet, your tension. So feel free to readjust those things here. So first I will show you how to start. I like a double chain because it's easier to see where you're going with that and where to put your stitches later on. So for double chain, you make your first stitch, slip knot, I always twist it and make 2 stitches. Then insert the hook into the second stitch, or first stitch I would say, pull thread through, you have 2 stitches on a hook, and crochet them together. After that, you will repeat all the time the same thing. You will insert the hook into the left stitch. So if you look here very carefully, you could see that we have 2 stitches, 2 loops. You need to always use the stitch or loop on the left. Always insert your hook into the left loop. Insert it into the left, grab thread, pull it through, have 2 stitches on the hook, crochet them together. And repeat again. Go with the hook into the left loop, and crochet 2 together. And again, hook into the left loop, grab thread, pull it through, 2 stitches on the hook, crochet together. And one more time. Stitch in the left loop, pull it through the thread, 2 stitches in a hook, grab the thread and crochet together. This chain also called single crochet chain, single crochet foundation, single crochet chain or double chain. And I really like this chain because it's really nice and thick here at the bottom. You have visible stitches right here on the left, and you can use or this side to crochet to attach to, or the other side, does not matter which one you choose. I always choose the one with visible stitches. But again, if you will crochet loose and connect to those stitches, the visible stitches, they might stretch. So I would recommend then, instead of attaching to this side, turn it and crochet into the side here and pick up 2 stitches. Those 2 stitches that are here, 2 loops of those stitches right in here. So it is up to you depending on your tension again. So I will drop this part and let's go to the netting itself. So first I will show you how to make drooping picot. So I am making an arch, and my arch will consist, as right here, with the leaf and one side with 2 picots, drooping picot and 1 picot that we normally make picot on the top of the chain. So for this part right here, we have chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And then we will do a drooping picot. For drooping picot, you can make a chain 4 or 5 stitches, depending how long you like your picots to be, how big that picot will be. Also, it depends on the thread you use. Fine thread will require probably a little bit longer picot, and if you use thicker thread, 3 or 4 stitches for the picot will be plenty. It will be enough. So what I do, I normally put my nail on the last stitch right here, and I make 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then I remove my hook from this last stitch, and carefully we're going into the first stitch of the chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We insert hook in there, holding this last stitch that you will not lose it. You don't want to lose that stitch. So insert this hook into the chain, into the first stitch of chain 4, and pick up the stitch you just dropped. Try to move down this chain and pull this last stitch through the first stitch of the chain, and make sure it is tight in here. Your drooping picot has to be on the bottom, it's why it's called drooping. Now we have to make next picot, the one that will be on the top. By holding the drooping picot with your fingers, make sure this is all tight. Make another chain of 4, 4, close picot as we always do with slip stitch, and always, if you want to have your picots look nice and not sloppy, I always like to put my hook, insert hook into 2 stitches of chain, 2 loops. Pick up thread and pull thread through the stitch. Make sure again it's tight. And then what else I did, it just worked for me much better. This time I will make 1 more slip stitch and I will insert my hook right between 2 picots. Between 2 picots you will see that visible chain there of stitch, and make that slip stitch. This will secure both of them, those two picots, in such a way that one will be on the top, another will be on the bottom. Because I noticed that sometimes if you will not do that, both picots will end up on one side. And now we continue. We'll make 1, 2, 3. So this will be our side right here. And then we will make the side with the leaf, the side of the arch that have a leaf on it. For that part we can make crochet, continue crochet, chain 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and now we'll crochet leaf into this chain. Into the second stitch from the hook, single crochet, half double crochet, and reminding you, please crochet tight. Then 2 double crochet stitches. It's so small everything I cannot see myself where I'm going. Okay, here. Double crochet, 1, 2, again half double, single crochet stitch, and then move thread under the chain and turn this direction. Hold your leaf into the chain right here at the end. Make slip stitch. This is a slip stitch transition stitch that will allow you to go and crochet on another side of the chain 7. I will not recommend to make chain 1 here. It will make your leaf uneven. So I just made slip stitch, and then next one right into the stitches right here on the edge. You continue single crochet, half double, 2 double crochet stitches, again half double, single crochet, and at the tip of this leaf, at the tip, it will be also visible a loop. Make slip stitch here, and now let's connect make sure it's not twisted. And now we will connect this arch right here with single crochet stitch. Into the arch below. You can poke it through, but make sure to pick up 2 loops of a stitch, that way it will not be stretched, and make single crochet stitch here. Don't worry that your leaf will be a little bit fold itself, will fold in half. You will always at the end block your work. You'll clean it, you'll wash it with delicate soap, and then block in a special board. So here it is. This is the arch with 2 picots. One is on the bottom of the chain, another on the top, and this is how it will look like. And if you have questions how to make stitches look better, let me know. Send me an email at irishcrochetlab@gmail.com.